If you want an example of a show that went through major character changes throughout its run and was still able to not only stay good, but arguably get better, Mom is definitely an example of that. Now, in the first season of the show, of course, the main character was Christy, played by Anna Faris, and the show focused on her home life with her kids and her ex-husband, and also her work life. Now, the home life was the better of the two. With the work life, you had two main characters were there. One is Chef Rudy, played by French Stewart, who is just this guy she happens to work with and interact with. They don't have a relationship. They don't have a friendship. It's really a working relationship. He says in one episode he doesn't even know what her name is. And then you have her boss, a married guy who she's also, having an affair with. And with a relationship like that, that's never really going to last, especially if it's a show about somebody becoming a better person. So doing that kind of thing, that's not going to stick around. Then you have the family life with, her daughter Violet, her son Roscoe, and then the ex-husband Baxter. Just like on Chuck Lorre's previous show, Two and a Half Men, having the ex-spouse be a main character is interesting, but the problem also with the ex-spouse being a main character is that when the kid is gone, the ex-spouse no longer has a reason to be on the show. When the actor who played Roscoe wanted to leave the show and, just have kind of a normal childhood, no need for Baxter to be on the show either. So we started to kind of see like some of these characters gradually being, pushed away from the show and instead being replaced by the AA support group, which I think makes sense because when you have a show about that focuses primarily on two women who are in AA and trying to better themselves, making the show about their AA support group, which eventually becomes their close friend group, makes more sense. And these characters like Marjorie and Wendy and, people like that, they're just kind of better, more enjoyable characters to watch who you kind of like more and you like seeing succeed and do well. Did anyone really like ever sad like when, a character like Chef Rudy was just gradually phased out of the show? I don't think so. And even when you get to the final season and Anna Faris decides to leave the show, I think like a lot of the other character changes, it kind of had a feel where it kind of just felt more gradual and natural, because Bonnie was already kind of getting to the point where she was sort of becoming a co-lead. So for her to take over as the lead and still keep the rest of the main characters, it never really felt off either, like that kind of thing often does on a lot of other shows.